Lesson 10.5 Vertical Angles. Okay, so you have a friend who claims they know all the angles by simply looking at them. The friend looks at figure 1 and laughs and says, "Oh, that's easy. All the angles are 90." So you want to challenge your friend and you show her the other figure and use figure 2 and you say angle 1 is 80 degrees. And she still says, "No problem, I can figure these all out." So if she knows this is 80, how do you think she goes about finding some of the other angles? Take a moment and try. Hopefully you saw that if she knows this is 80, this is making a straight line, so this angle too must be 100. Well, if she knows that is the case, then she can do some more deductive reasoning. I'm trying to find a pen. And if this is 100 and this is a straight line, then this should be 80. Well, if she knows that this is 80 and it's making a straight line with this angle, this should be 100. You're going to pause for a moment and look to see what kind of patterns besides that these are all making a line, and so if she knows this one is 100, she can find this is 80. And same with this is 80, then this is 100. See if there's another pattern that's existing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you're kind of seeing some kind of pattern. I'm going to pull up a highlighter. We'll use this pink one real quick. Hopefully you notice these two are opposite each other, and what are their values? They're both 100, aren't they? So let's look a little closer. Can you find another situation like that? Yeah, these two are opposite each other and they're both 80. We're going to call these vertical angles, and we're going to talk more about these as we progress through the slides. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing that these are vertical angles. They're formed by two intersecting lines that are opposite of each other. So I want you to notice this line is going all the way through and intersecting and continuing on, and this line continues past the intersection and goes on as well. Now my lines are not as straight, so I'm going to remove those real quick so they don't make it too hard for you. I am going to come back up here because this is really important. These intersecting lines will help you determine future angles if they're actually truly vertical or not, or they're trying to be sneaky. So if we look 2 and 4, they are opposite of each other. They're created by two lines intersecting their vertical angle. So whatever the measure for 2 is going to be exactly the same for measure of 4. Same with 1 and 3. They're vertical or opposite of each other, created by two intersecting lines, so they're going to have the exact same as well. Make sure you get this definition down. It's important. We have some spider friends making some interesting angles. We see some of the lines that they're making. Okay, so our spider friends gave us some work to do. We need to name the pairs that are vertical angles. So we need to be careful because when we're looking for things that are going to be starting and continuing the whole way. So this is angle 4. And let me see if I continue to start this line. Do you see how it stops? So I know 3 and 4 are not going to be vertical angles of each other. So if I look at this line, and then I start to do the other line, these, because it doesn't continue past, are not vertical. So well, I guess it kind of limits what are, right? 7 and 8 continues past, begins and continues past. So 7 and 8, angle 7 and 8 are vertical. And let's check out 5 and 6. And again, remember my lines aren't always beautiful, but 5 and 6 are also going to be vertical angles because they're two intersecting lines and they're opposite of each other. They're created by those two intersecting lines. Remember, this did not go all the way across, so this is not going to be an intersecting line and making equal angles. Okay, here's a challenge question. Can you find which angle is vertical to angle ABC? Take a moment and look. If you're struggling a little, I went ahead and highlighted angle ABC, and then you can look to see which lines extend. Go ahead and pause if you need that extra time. Okay, some of you may see it already, but just in case you're having trouble, let's see, angle line CR continues past, and line AW continues past, so that it's RBW. That is congruent, not congruent, sorry. It's a vertical angle to ABC, which means they're going to have the same measurements. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we go on, your learning target is determine you can or you'll be able to determine if angles are vertical using the two intersecting lines to determine if they are. Also, while I'm saying this, let's go ahead and say the magic word today is going to be, let's just do vertical angles. Make it go right with it. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if we know these are vertical angles, what do we know about these two? You better know, I've been saying it. Yeah, they're equal. So it means 140 degrees equals, sorry, my slow writing, 4x plus 40. Now you just need to solve for x because that's what they want us to do. They want us to find the value of x because we already know this is 140. And because we know that, that's why we're setting it equal. And we know this is 140 because this is, and there's two lines forming that. So go ahead and solve for your x. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you subtract 40 from both sides to get 100 equals 4x. If you divide both sides by 4, you get x is 25. So we found the value of x is 25. Okay, we have one last challenge question. I want you to go ahead and answer this one. Make sure you're including these things in your notes because I will want to be checking these. Let's find the value of x. See what you know and how you can solve this. If you need to check back, please do. Okay, did you need help determining which ones were the vertical angles? I've highlighted them in red so that you can see TYD is vertical to UYH. Now continue and see what you can solve. Maybe you're having trouble because you need to know what this angle is. Well, you're being able to see this complementary of adjacent angles right here. So if I know this is complementary, I know I can get 90, a complement on a test that I got 90% on. So I know it's 90 degrees plus that box shows me that's 90. And it tells me this is 40. So if this is 40, this has to be 50. Now set 5x equal to 50 and solve for x. Okay, look, so we have 5x equals 50. If I divide both sides by 5, x does in fact equal 10. Thank you very much for doing this, and make sure that you're filling out your logs with your keywords or magic words so that you can get credit for the videos.